Okay, we are set up for the Rams and the Seahawks, and they have gotten started. We're going to join them in the second quarter here. Just setting up. Seahawks with a 7-6 lead. As you can see there, 6:54 left first half. At their own 32 when they complete to Gerald Everett for 12. Seahawks come into the game with a 4-0 record, picking up right where they left off last year. Rams. Los Angeles Rams are 2-2, winning over Arizona and Indianapolis, falling to Tampa and to Chicago. Interestingly, look at a fumble. And it's recovered by the defense. DK Metcalf fumbled. It seems. Was it DK? Or was it? Okay, it was Wilson. I saw DK show up over here on the card image. Must have been looking for him. Anyway, it's Rams ball. 6:18 left. They're in Seattle territory at the 45. 6:18 left and a half. Short pass Higbee, guessed wrong. 3 men in zone. Opportunity is complete for 13 yards for Stafford. Let's take a look at injuries. And we got a host of them. Aaron Donald, not in for the Rams. That's a headliner. Van Jefferson as well, and Robert Woods. So down to the bare bones at wide receiver. Penny is out for Seattle. That's the headline there. But in total, 8 injuries. And we have a 10-yard completion as Seattle is not blitzing. That puts the Rams up to the 22-yard line. 1st and 10. Looking to take a lead here. It's Blackenback versus the nickel, daring Sony Michel to run. Or so it seems. And there is a draw to Michel. Wide open space in front of him. He only gets 2 yards. 2nd and 8. Blackenback. It's Michel again. This time, no gain. So 2 ideal opportunities for Sony Michel to get some yards. Can't pull more than 2 yards combined in those 2 carries. Makes it 3rd down and 8. Sticking too tight. And again, 3-3-5 for Seattle, which gives Seattle some flexibility with its safeties. The safety right here, Ryan Neal, nickelback, doesn't have any coverage responsibility, so he's free to roam around. Of course, free safety, Quandre Diggs is 2. Long pass, Cooper Kupp. He's double-teamed by Diggs. And low opportunity here for the Rams. Big opportunity for picks for Seattle. What happens? He's flushed. Needs 8 yards. Gets 7. 4th and 1. Decision time for Scott and his Rams. Only 4th down attempted so far by Seattle. And now we have the Rams going for it here, going blocking back, and it's 3-3-5 again for Seattle. Do they dare call pass here on this 4th and 1? I don't think so. I think we got a run call coming from the Hawks. Let's see. Yeah, it's a run call. And here's Sony Michel. Needs a yard. Doesn't get a yard. No gain. Ball back over to Seattle. 1st and 10. Seahawks. Rams could not take advantage of the fumble by Wilson. Too tight. DJ Dallas. And that's mostly true in this entire set. I mean, Dennis mentioned you make it if it was on my card. Yeah, defensive cards, line bucks are very weak. Long pass, DK Metcalf. It's a must run this time. Wilson does not fumble. I have to look at that fumble a little closer and see really what happened there. It looked like it was a receiver fumble to me from what I saw. Really give me the breakdown. There it is right there. Okay. Right there. I guess. But that's where the fumble happened. And Disley gets 30 if he can get 30. And he can. In addition, Gaines is out for the Rams as the injuries pile up. First and 10 midfield. 2:06 left in the half. DJ Dallas with Rashad Penny out. Having to hold down the fort at halfback. Got Alex Collins as well. Linebuck Dallas, he gets 3. 2nd and 7. Let's take a look at DJ Dallas if we can. No, Collins is in, so let's take a look at Collins. 108 rush attempts, so he's not going to be hit by low usage, but he's a very, very unexciting card. Sort of needs to live on the D card, as you can see here. And hey, you can make a living on the D card. Here's an end run to Collins. He does it on his own card. How about that? Guessed wrong. His end run gets 6. In the guessed right situation, he would have lost 8. So 3rd and 1 now after that 6-yard gain. Collins stays in the backfield. From the Rams' 41-yard line, 152 left in the half. Not sure who gets the ball at the beginning of third quarter. Haven't checked that yet. We're going to stick around for this 3rd and 1. It's a linebuck. Wilson gets 5, and now Brandon Shell is out for the rest of the game. It's amazing how you can just go some games and just no injuries at all. You forget they even exist. And then other games, it's everybody's dropping. So Shell is your right tackle. So that's quite a loss. But he's facing Robinson, so not the biggest deal, I suppose, with this is two pass rush. First down. And incompletion as a 4. Von Miller makes the play on the 4 white die. Tough break for Seattle. 1:37 left, 2nd and 10 from the Rams 36. It's 7-6 Seattle leading. Short pass, Lockett, 3-minute zone, guessed right. Not much of a threat, and then it's an incompletion from Jalen Ramsey makes the play. You see the impact there. Even the 2, Robinson, your left end, is a 48% chance of a sack now against the replacement Forsyth. So doesn't take much to beat a 0. 3rd and 10. Too tight here against the nickel. Same opportunities now for the Rams to do some extra doubling if they feel like it. Worked out well for Seattle as they double team Cooper Kupp on this same attempt from the other side. This time it's a draw to DJ Dallas. There's a linebacker behind, but he gets 15 on defensive card. DJ Dallas, a big run. 1st and 10, Seattle. 1:30 left in the half from the Ram 21-yard line. No timeouts used by either side yet. Looking past Disley. Man is there, 3 yards. That keeps the clock moving. And we'll see what Seattle does here. From the 18, I would imagine we see a timeout, knowing they can get one more first down. Barring penalty, of course. Decides not to use it. Instead, we have 45 seconds left on the 2nd and 7. Still use the middle of the field, preserve the ability to do that. And here you see Dallas, who gets 8 yards thanks to Dwayne Brown. Up to the 10. 37 seconds left. Seattle uses the first timeout. Looking to take a full touchdown lead here are the Hawks. Too tight with Dallas again. Draw to Dallas. He's just going to get 4 yards on the Snake Eyes. It's going to force a second timeout from Seattle. Brings us to 2nd and goal from the 6. Full house. It's Collins and Dallas with Gerald Everett. Metcalf out against 4. End run. Collins gets correctly called, but Floyd can't make the play. 5 yards. Wow. Not much room for success there for Seattle, but they find it on the linebacker in zone reading, and it makes it a 3rd and goal from the 1 with no timeouts left. Kind of a do-or-die play here. You can't spike it. Hurry up won't get it done if you don't convert. So decision for Seattle here. Assume they'll go for it. Especially, we don't know. I guess we can check right now. We have a chance who gets the ball. I guess we won't. Full house. Going for it. Doesn't get it. Be 15 seconds. I guess be 8 seconds on 4th down, depending on what happens here. 3rd and goal from the 1. Can he get out of bounds? Does he run it inside? Take the chance. Throw it and hope for the incompletion. Or the touchdown, of course. Hard to rely on those running cards in this situation. So expect to do something on the fringes here. And it is end run. Collins on the fringes, but holding against Seattle. So hold everything. With no timeouts, with 15 seconds left, Seattle might be forced to kick it here and make sure they don't come up empty. Gonna go for it. Press their luck. So 11 yards means your 10-yard inbounds is your enemy here on this 3rd and goal. And you see, it's a good reason to go for it. Wilson doesn't have any 10-yard completions in there. Not sure about the defensive card, but at least on Wilson's card, he's clear of them. Short pass completion will get it done. Yeah, the tricky part is the 3rd down. Just don't have the spike as the option. If it was 2nd down, very different situation. Short pass, Disley. Whose card does he go to? It's a sack. So that on 4th down with no timeouts, that's going to be it. Yeah, spikes it on 4th and gives it back over. So, yeah, that played out as we might have feared for Seattle there because of the 3rd down situation. So no points for the Hawks. Important defensive stand for the Rams. And they get the ball back here. So a couple interesting red zone stands on both sides to end the half. Seattle with 191 yards. There's just been 8 penalties, Scott. Not that Your average half these days. Or at least it feels like it from the Chargers seat anyway. I'm not sure about other teams. And that's not just against the Chargers. My opponents have been racking them up too. Just as much, I think. The time of possession, about even. Slight edge to the Rams. You see some productivity. At least we saw productivity out of the Seattle halfbacks. And yeah, there it is for the full half. Alex Collins on his way to perhaps 100 yards, 49 yards in the first half. 19 rushing attempts to 15 passing attempts for Seattle. You see 19 rushing and 10 for the Rams. So a lot of running this game. So we're on a couple-minute break here. I'll take it with him. We will be back shortly. Okay, we're back. Ready for the second half. And the Rams are out to their own 30-yard line to get it started. Off tackle Michelle. Linebackers there this time. That does not matter. Michelle finds a short gain after a couple tough runs. Breaks one here for 15 out to his own 45-yard line, 1st and 10. Los Angeles down 1 point. Seattle's leading 7-6 as we start the third. Blocking back formation. Seattle staying with the 3-3-5. Draw to Michelle. Guessed wrong with the linebackers there. They're wiped away. And the guard cannot make the play. David Edwards. He's a 4. Couldn't bring it in, so it's 2nd and 10 now. Michelle averaging a healthy 4.8. We've only seen one good run out of 4 for him so far, though. We've seen 2 yards, no gain, and 15, I believe. And this time it's a double team take B. Incomplete. Cooper Kupp out for the rest of the game. So you got to take a look at these Rams cards. I thought we already had two receivers injured. They just have that much depth at the position that the game would injure another one. It's going to preclude him from running many 3 wides. Let's take a look here. Here's Los Angeles cards. You hear the rubber band come off. Let's take a look. So it's going to... Okay, so Ben Skowronek, he's a receiver. I think he might be injured, though. I'm just going to sort of count the receivers here for us. Odell Beckham, Robert Woods, believe he's hurt, Van Jefferson. So on this 4th and 10, we see a punt after a double-teamed attempt to Beckham. And Swain returns at 4 yards. Beckham would not have completed that. Guessed right, by the way. So I think, therefore, as we look at these injuries for Los Angeles, yeah, they injured 3 receivers. Woods gone, Kupp gone. Woods gone, Kupp gone, Jefferson gone, Skowronek gone, Woods is gone. So it leaves Beckham. Is Beckham the only receiver left? Yak pickup for Seattle. Is that what I'm seeing here? Kupp, Woods, Jefferson, Skowronek. Can't see anybody else eligible to play split end. Is that a Kamara-like? I don't believe so. No. So Beckham is the only healthy receiver left on the squad. That's interesting. Flat pass Disley. Again, is it the same play or is it the previous play? Same play. A complete 2nd and 10. So what does this mean? This means we're going to see a lot of tight end offense if you want eligible players. for the Rams because we're just left with one receiver. Unless I'm missing something, that's all I see they have. And Run Collins gets 13 on his card. Wow, Alex Collins having a day. Now, if you go to the tight end offense, it comes with some restrictions. Beckham, short pass Metcalf. Guessed right. 3 men in zone. We wait patiently. Wilson flushed. 7 yards. 2nd and 3. The 2 tight end offense is, if I recall correctly, if you throw to the receiver in the flats, in most situations, it's automatic 2 men in zone, I think. Something of that sort. Can't remember the rule word for word, but you're penalized going to your receiver flat. Short pass Metcalf. It's a not often used formation, so not many of us even realize that rule is there. One season for my Frozen Tundra team, I ran that offense a lot with DJ Chark as my receiver, and being well aware of it, adjusted accordingly. Sometimes you can sort of back into this stuff because of injuries. Well, we have a 3rd and 3 after a 2nd and 3 in completion. Seattle up toward midfield here, clinging to what seems like an appropriate score of 7-6, given the amount of depth in this game. It's great to use the depth. Love to be able to sort of dive deep. Short pass Metcalf. Look at this. Collins gets respect, but Wilson cannot complete. The Rams make the play. It's 4th and 3. Seattle going for it. Needs 3 yards out of Alex Collins. Or they'll pass it. Let's see. Collins has been able to find 3 with ease today. Just a matter of being guessed wrong on his card, or right, like most everybody else. He can get you 3. Not so good at the short gains, but he can take care of business here if it's guessed wrong. Long pass Metcalf. Nobody back there guessed right. Metcalf makes the catch. Touchdown. No flags down. 54 yards. Goes over to the Rams defensive card. Would have been, I believe, the interception reading on Seattle's card. It's a touchdown. Seattle out now, looking to extend this to an 8-point game here. Still very early in the 3rd quarter. The kick is good, barely. Makes it 14-6 Seattle, 10-12 left. Atwell has a choice, 1 yard deep. He takes touchback. Well, so far, Los Angeles certainly has had a number of bites at the apple here. Just hasn't been able to convert on 4th down defensively and also 4th down offensively. Let's take a look at that. We have a flat pass guessed wrong. And just 2 yards on the receiver card. So, 2 for 2 for Seattle's offense on 4th down, 0 for 1 on Los Angeles offense. So 4th down, Seattle's won the battle, 3 for 3 today, all in. And there we see the tight end offense. So we talked about Beckham's limitations. And now Seattle moves out of that nickel here into a 4-3 against this tight end offense. And I guess it behooves us to get the exact rules on it, if I have them nearby or not. Find them. Also has the option of full house. Also has the option of 3 running back, 2 tight end. Draw to Henderson. Needs 8 yards for this first down. You're not going to get it as a neutral zone infraction. Slows up the play anyway. So that makes that 2nd and 8. Now a 2nd and 3 for the Rams. Flat pass Henderson. Guessed wrong. Gets 23. Darrell Henderson makes the play. So as we look across the guys that are left, Higbee is a SEAC. Henderson's just a SEAC. And I don't think Michelle's much better. I don't have him nearby. 1st and 10. Tight end versus the nickel now. Yeah, Michelle's a C. Off tackle, Henderson. Lots of guys there. He's keyed. Shows up as keyed because of the draw call versus the run. 3-yard loss on first down, 2nd and 13. We stay tight end versus nickel. Contrast here formationally. Flat pass, Higbee. Ryan Neal's double teaming him, which I believe is a valid double team. I believe he's a nickelback. So opportunity for Seattle, but instead, Stafford finds the best completion he can get out of this, 7 yards. Makes it a 3rd and 6. So into what could be 2-down territory, depending on what happens here on this 3rd down. Thanks to that double team completion. Other things to look at. Looking past here to Blanton. He's double teamed. This time the interception is just avoided. So 4th and 6. It's worth noting, Higbee cannot go deep. Hopkins cannot go deep. Blanton cannot go deep. So all those tight ends, not going to help you. 4th and 6 decision time here. Scott thinking it over. He's going to punt it. Darrell Henderson can go deep, and of course Beckham can. The coffin corner punt just goes 1 yard too far for the Rams. Seattle gets it out to the 20. And as we start this drive, I'm going to step away for a moment. Be right back. All right, we're back. I see a little delay here as well. And Seattle has the ball in Ram territory. First and 10, leading 14-6. 3:18 left, third quarter. Disley can't bring it in. Second and 10. Blocking back formation for Seattle. 3-4 for the Rams. Short pass. Everett. He brings it in, avoids the 64% sack, we think. And it is first and 10 up to the 35. Short pass. Guessed wrong. Metcalf goes to the receiver card. Gets 15. First and 10 to the 20-yard line. Seattle looking to move to 5-0 with a win here for these Hawks. Like we said, picking up where the Hawks left off last year. Dennis doing his usual great job with the squad. Short pass. Everett. He's not doubled up. The defender can't make the play. Down to the 5. So I guess this has not been happening. I saw the 64% sack for Miller. I guess that was not the case. This is an old reading. And it's first and goal from the 5. Full house. Collins and DJ Dallas. Guessed wrong to Everett. Touchdown, Seattle. 20-6 is the score. And it's a tall order for this hemmed-in offense for Los Angeles with all the wide receiver injuries to come back. Down 21-6 in about 16 minutes' time. Guessed wrong. Henderson gets 10 yards on the receiver card. Good start to the drive. As we look at the conference standings here, Falcons, I don't think that game has gotten off yet, has it? This week? Versus the Jets, don't remember seeing a result there. They sit at 4-0. Packers have already defeated Cincinnati this week. So they've moved to 5-0 as Beckham gets 12 yards on the receiver card. Look at this, 2 receptions on the receiver cards in a row for the hampered Rams receiving core. Seattle trying to move to 5-0 here. Enjoying Green Bay. And run. Henderson, no gain. Guessed wrong. Can't afford that right now if you are these Rams. Bears fell to the Raiders, and they now go to 3-1-1. Cowboys lost to the Giants. So, and this short pass to Higbee falls incomplete on the receiver reading. 3rd and 10. It would be Green Bay and Seattle at definite 5-0s in the NFC, with the Falcons trying to join them. As we start the 4th quarter. Short pass Henderson. He's doubled up. A nice double team from Seattle. And it gets a flush. So there's an opportunity for conversion. It comes through. 16 yards to Beckham. So 0% blitz across the board makes the Seattle team vulnerable, very vulnerable to dump offs. If I'm Los Angeles, I'm probably just pumping these short passes in all day. Here's an end run to Henderson. He gets 44. It will only count for 29. Down to the 8-yard line. That's a big capped reading there. You just want to get in the end zone. Instead, 8 yards short. Of course, Rams happy to have it, but still work to do to get this back to a one-score game. Henderson in the backfield. Short pass, Higbee. He's not doubled up. Must run just a yard. Moves to second down. Blitzing 3-3-5, and that's a good idea if you're Seattle. You got to get some action going in here. Let's see if there's all zeros across the board. Oof. End run, Henderson. Man is there. Guessed wrong. 7 yards, touchdown. Henderson finishes the job. It's 21-12. 12:54 left. And we will see the Rams go for 2. Don't blame them. You don't know who's going to get injured later. So take the points while you have the players you got. Linebuck Stafford. He needs 2. He gets it. Corbett could not make the block, but it was +6 or +2. That's all I needed. Makes it a 21-14 game. Really impressive drive by the Rams there. Just when it seemed like they were down and out, down 2 scores, all these injuries. Gut check time, and the Rams come through, highlighted by the 29-yard run by Darrell Henderson. Draw to Dallas, and now the dreaded 5 finds Seattle. So 2nd and 10, break for the Rams yet again. Can they keep it going? Blocking back versus 3-4. Short pass. Guessed wrong. 12 yards. Metcalf up to 93 yards now in a score. He's made a bunch of clutch catches. And look at that line from Wilson. 20 of 35. 272, 3 touchdowns. And Everett can't find it this time. Incomplete. 2 good sack chances for the Rams. 2nd and 10. You see Von Miller coming out of the left side. Short pass, Metcalf. 3 men. Guess right. No chance of a sack. Here comes Wilson on the flush. Gets 10. Up to the 47-yard line. So called on a 0% chance. So even if Von Miller was pass rushing there, and he wasn't, he was guarding the flats, that would have been the same result. 1st and 10. And look at that. The 100 die came in at 1. It just needed anything, and it would have been a sack. 12 yards. Guessed right passing for Russell Wilson into the territory of the Los Angeles Rams at their 41. Collins in the backfield. Too tight. It's Everett and Disley. Dallas has your back. Not blitzing in the 3-4. Short pass, Everett. Von Miller's coming. He's not going to get there. Went to Copeland, and the flush gets an incompletion. 2nd and 10 turns to 3rd and 10. Three wide from the 41-yard line. Short pass, Swain. He's flushed again. Can he get 10? 9. Makes it 4th and 1. 9:36 left. 4th quarter. Just inside the 40-yard range. Seattle likely to go for it here. Turn down this 40-yard attempt, but I don't know. Take a look at the Seattle field goal situation here. Here's going for it. With the blocking back formation, we see it. So he turned down. Yeah, he turned down a 2 through 7. So that makes some sense. Probably a better chance of conversion here than making the field goal. Alex Collins in the backfield. It's a short pass. Guessed wrong. Metcalf gets it on the receiver card for 11 yards. 1st down and 10 to the 21-yard line. 4th down dominance by Seattle. Now 4 for 4 all in offensive and defense. Seattle winning the 4th down battle. Blocking back formation with Collins. Off tackle Collins. Guessed wrong. Man is there. Gets a short gain. Collins down to the 5. Wow. Alex Collins, 13 carries, 78 yards. Silencing the critics and the doubters. Doing a lot of it on his own card. Linebuck Dallas, he's going to get a touchdown. Needed a 6. The upgrade from the 5 because of the full house meant the better rating was used and the touchdown is scored. The extra point is good, and Seattle now re-attains its 2-score lead, 28-14, and time is running out in the Rams. Need some quick work here. The CM shows a 4-wide formation, but that's just a mirage. Instead, it's a tight end formation for the Rams, who threatened to fall 2 and 3 here with the loss, I believe. Just 1 yard on 1st down. Yeah, Rams sit at 2 and 2, and they'll face these tough New York Giants next week in New York. So Rams kind of turn things around. They can start right now by stealing this game if they can. Halfway through the 4th quarter, down 14 with a 1st down. Second and 10. And run. Henderson. Guessed wrong. Only gets 3. Stout defensive cards of Seattle. Gave up that 44-yarder on 2 earlier, but it's a pretty clean card. 3rd and 7. Short pass, Blanton. He's not doubled up on this 3rd and 7. He's going to get flushed. Opportunity, cannot bring it home. Incomplete. 4th and 7. Los Angeles likely to go for it here. It's desperation time for the Rams. From their own 41-yard line, down 28-14 with 6:36 left in the fourth. Tight end in the shotgun versus 3-3-5. Doesn't have the opportunity to go three wide. Short pass Blanton. He's doubled up. Can Stafford find it? He can't. Seattle takes over on downs. 6:18 left in the fourth. In command, up 28-14. Short pass, Metcalf, 11 yards. I guess we'll take the opportunity here to take another look around the league, see what's happened so far this week. We had a game just played today where Washington defeated New Orleans 40-39. So that is a surprising win for Washington. Pretty good. Taylor Heineke, he's played pretty well when I've played against him. Then in the Carolina-Philadelphia game, as Seattle now faces a 3rd and 2 with 4:48 left. Also played today. The Eagles come out ahead 30-23. Another sack. Von Miller caused the sack by Geno Smith. And now the Hawks are on for a field goal, which is missed. So can't make it a 3-score game. 3:54 left. Eagles won that one 30-23. Titans beat the Jags 24-9. After an incompletion here on Stafford on first down, makes it 2nd and 10. Los Angeles at their own 37, 3:36 left. 2nd and 10, down 28-14. Minnesota defeated Detroit 27-24. Short pass. Beckham complete for 14. Dalvin Cook in that game had 16 carries for 131 yards and only a short long of 19 yards. So a short long, given the prolific numbers. So tons of short gains, what that means for Dalvin. And in the late night game, the Chiefs beat the Bills. 2nd and 10 here. Beckham again. He'll get flushed to Stafford, and he's going to get 6 yards to make it 3rd and 4. With 2:24 left from the Seattle 43-yard line. This reminds me a lot of last night's game now at this point, where, down a couple scores, trying to get touchdown, little onsides. Game seems to be out of hand, but not quite out of reach. Long pass. Beckham, only one man back there, incomplete. Stafford, has a very good long pass card. I haven't seen much of it today, mostly because he doesn't have anybody to throw to. It's Beckham or it's Henderson. So in that Chiefs-Bills battle, Chiefs won 34-10 decisively over the number 1 rated squad, power ratings again, just the cards, the Bills. I think are under 500 now. Looking past Blanton. Complete for 7, and there's a pass interference call against the Rams. So that makes it 4th and 14. Last gasp. Not many options here. If you double Henderson and double Beckham, you're pretty much covered if you're Seattle. Barring a dump off, barring a number of things, but you've locked in most of the pathways. It's a short pass to Higbee. Can he find 14? He can. Incomplete. And Seattle will run out the clock. Chargers moved to 5-0 over the Browns, 34-17. That was my game. It was an ugly one, but the Chargers were able to prevail. And we talked about the Giants beating the Cowboys. An important matchup of 3-1 teams. Big win for Scott Kaplan and his Giants over really the great card of Dak Prescott. Well, I think that's going to be it here as Geno Smith takes a knee in for Russell Wilson here at the end. And that is it, 28-14, Seattle. Staying undefeated. Defeats the Rams 28-14. Thanks for watching, everybody. We hope to see